So night two with this Italian wine, something I don't always do, and I literally just said I barely ever do it, and now I'm doing it. But I'm doing it for a few reasons. One, something dawned on me of what this wine's aroma and taste is like, and it was very prominent after I sort of put my finger on it. So as a reminder, it's the Aglianico and Alicante Reserva 2007, and two things. I think this wine, so it said I think 29 or 39 on Vivino, which means I probably got it cheaper. I probably got this bottle of wine for $30 or under, and I cannot believe the quality for that. I also looked for it. JJ Buckley doesn't have it. The only one I could even find on a website was Wine Searcher. It was out of Germany or something. I couldn't find it. So there are Aglianico and Alicante Reservas, but not a whole heck of a lot. But either way, I'll keep my eye on it. I'm probably going to email my rep at JJ Buckley just to see if he could remind me, like, when I got this, if it ever comes in again. I would like to get more of it, especially if it's an older vintage. So still smells as amazing as ever. The one specific thing that I just honed in on yesterday, as I was having my meatballs, as I said, the wine was perfect with dinner, with food. The acid, the tannin, the red sauce with the wine, it was amazing. It's got this truffle component, so that's what it is. It's truffles. I don't know if we often get it. It's always Italy mostly, and definitely in sort of called an oddball region, oddball grape. This Aglianico grape, this wine specifically, has truffle on the nose. It's a hint. It's not truffles. Extremely aromatic, extremely pungent. It's a hint of it, and then you can even taste it a little bit on the palate. It's just as good as yesterday. It's amazing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, I can't say enough about this, especially now for the price that I probably got it sub $30. Over delivers, without a doubt. So, there was a book that sort of got me on the trail of Italian wine. It was even before I took my classes. It was by Matt Kramer, and he used to write for Wine Spectator. I don't know if Matt Kramer still writes for Wine Spectator. I sort of like the way he writes. He wrote a book about Italian wine, and sort of like, here's a region, if you're going to go to this region, here's the wine to try. And then he'd give you just a bunch. And I remember specifically highlighting Aglianico and Alicante as an area I wanted to explore. I don't remember the wines he recommended. I think there's a specific producer out there that's pretty famous. And now it's not. I looked it up. I found it yesterday. Now I can't remember the name. But anyway, it certainly wasn't this one. But this one's pretty awesome. As I said yesterday, remains 5 out of 5 on Vivino. You know, that's sometimes where price doesn't matter. How's the wine taste? How'd the wine evolve? Could they have predicted this wine? Could I predicted this wine? I said yesterday, I think this wine's ready to drink. I think this wine could even have lasted longer in the cellar for sure. It's still got a lot of life left. So, this Alicante Boucher I opened up 3 nights ago. Still tasted great yesterday. I have about a glass left. Still pouring like engine oil. Let's see, because typically after 3 nights, some of the oxidation happens. Wine starts turning a little bit. And this still hasn't even turned. I think just for how viscous and how bold this wine is has just allowed it to even remain good this many days later, even with some oxidation. I think it's even opened up more, and this wine could definitely handle it. It's interesting, when I pour this wine, even it's gonna sound weird, but the bubbles look very red, and that's because it's a red fleshed grape. And I looked up what that meant, what the term for that is, and this is the most popular grape that has the red flesh and red. Interruption. Haven't had an interruption in a while. So, something I haven't done. Retry 2 wines, one from last night, one from 2 nights ago. So, still bold, still juicy, still delicious. It's unbelievable. Alicante Boucher from Carlisle. Great wine. Just very, very big. Big and luscious. You don't see this in a single varietal very often at all. Just at all. So it's very interesting that they've found this vineyard, the Pagani Ranch. Pretty cool. Love it. So 2 great wines. 2 different nights. I'm going to go have the rest of my meatballs with the Aglianico. Have maybe the Alicante with a little bit of cheese. And call it an evening. So that's it on the update on these 2 wines. And have a good night.